Welcome back, everyone, and I'm here again with Ross Benjamin, SBR contributor, and today we're going to be looking at that baseball game between the Oakland Athletics and the Seattle Mariners. How you doing this morning, Ross?
I'm doing very well, Dex. How about yourself?
I'm doing all right and going to get better now that we're going to be looking at this game. Now, let's start by looking at the pitchers for this event. Now, the A's, they're going to be calling up on veteran right-hander Jason Hammel, who came over from a trade with the Cubs in the deadline recently, and he's actually just starting to produce as they expected. Now, as for the Mariners, they'll be giving the nod to the 25-year-old southpaw James Paxton, who recently came up from the minors and has been pitching well as well. Now, Ross, can you give us some more information about both these guys' performances so far?
Certainly. Jason Hammel, as you alluded to, he's starting to round into the form that the A's envisioned he would be when he came over in a trade deadline from the Cubs. And he's seen his last three starts all go under the total, while he's posted an excellent 1.66 ERA and a microscopic 0.65 whip, as well as a 6-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio in those last three outings. All James Paxton has done since being called up from the minors, Dex, he's gone 6-3 against the money with a 1.87 ERA. He's also been terrific in his last three starts, posting a 1.33 ERA, and he's allowed 2 earned runs or less in 8 of his 9 starts in the majors this year, including each of his last 7.
Now, Ross, I was actually reading your article this morning, and you mentioned that the A's have had a monumental tailspin, or what could probably be seen as a free fall. Now, can you elaborate a little bit on that particular issue?
Absolutely. Since August 10th, they've gone a miserable 9-21, including losing 11 of their last 14. They went from a team that looked like an absolute lock to win the AL West heading into August to one that's now battling for their playoff lives. As a matter of fact, they lead the Mariners by just 2 games for the top playoff wild card spot in the American League right now, and they fell 9.5 games behind the LA Angels. Just incredible.
Now, since you touched that actual point about the Mariners, and considering that we're in the final weeks of the regular season, how do their playoff chances look like down the stretch?
Well, I think they look pretty darn good. I mean, I think that if you would have told the Seattle Mariners brass that they would have been in this position in the second week of September before the season began, I think they would have responded, where do we sign up? The Mariners enter this 3-game series a half a game behind the Tigers for the final wild card berth. And as I alluded to before, they're just 2 behind Oakland for the top wild card position in the American League. You know, Dex, with the starting rotation that includes a top 4 of Felix Hernandez, Hisashi Iwakuma, Chris Young, and James Paxton, you got to believe a team like this has an excellent chance going down the stretch.
Now, considering that, who are you going to give the lean to in this particular match?
Well, the Mariners have seen 25 of their 75 home games this season go over the total. That's just 33% of the time they've gone over at home this year. The A's have gone under the total in 6 of their last 8 and 10 of their last 14 games. This one has all the earmarks of a low-scoring affair. We have 2 red-hot pitchers. Neither team is hitting very well at the moment, and both of these teams possess an outstanding bullpen. I'm going to go with the Mariners and the A's to go under the total of 7 this evening.
All right, Ross, thank you once again for all this valuable insights, and we'll talk some more baseball next Monday.
Thank you for having me, Dax.
And it's always a pleasure to have you here. And for SBR Picks, this is Dax Floyd.
The SBR Network offers free sports picks and game breakdowns, big money free betting contests year-round, a real-time Vegas-style odds monitoring service, and much more. So come see for yourself. To stay updated on SBR news and promotions, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+, and do be sure to subscribe to the Sportsbook Review YouTube channel to catch all our daily sports shows.